I think this is when I'm supposed to start talking. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. Welcome to Morning Coffee with me. On Tuesday, the 2nd of June. Push the button, Mitch, and get to it. Oh, okay. Drink it if you got it. How is everybody this morning? Great to see you all. Great to see you. Just got done watching my friend Kelsey. Had a great show. What a good show. I enjoyed it. Angela, quite a guest. Quite a story, too. Quite a story, too. And this morning, I am resplendent in my new t-shirt from Gary No Slow. You want to see it? Oh, okay. Let me show it to you. Is that great or what? Carnivore, eat extra fat. Most people at first glance would think I'm advertising beer. Very clever, very clever. And I got another one from him yesterday with another beer-looking carnivore message. So Gary is becoming a t-shirt generating machine, my friends. Wow. I'll give that 5 wows. Wow, 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 wow. And of course, you all know by now about my wow rating system. And if you don't,
welcome to Morning Coffee with Mitch. Today I have a wow rating system. It's a scale from 1 to 5 wows. Spilling my coffee, that's 1 wow. Aliens landing, 5 wows. This system is a game changer.
and the t-shirt got 5 wows this morning. Thank you, Barry Simon, for that. I don't know if I should comment on Kelsey's show, but I marvel. Oh, first of all, let me thank Peter. I imagine Peter's here. I hope he is. Let me thank Peter. Gary says, Gary's laughing, more coming at you. Yeah, I see that, Gary. Like I said, you're a machine. You're an absolute t-shirt designing machine. And Mary says, wow, I love the wow rating system. Well, why not? Why not? I'm getting tired of stars. It's been around too long. I'll get a 5-star hotel, 4-star restaurant, 3 Michelin stars. You know, the stars, I think we've done that already. I think we need wows now. I think wow says it better, honestly. Where was I? I'm still, my mind is still swimming. I listen to my friend talk about spirituality, positive mental attitude, the main driving forces behind what life really is all about, evolution, God, Jesus. And I say, reality, this is hard to explain. In reality, and well, it's at the heart of what I really believe. Most people, when they listen to me talk, condemn me for being without God, an atheist. Not an atheist. Words have meaning. Words mean different things to different people. The meaning of these words, and what we as humans have assigned to these words, are a product of our continuing discoveries and education over the ages. We've accelerated in just the last few years in our understanding of so many of the actual forces that lie at the basis of life itself. Not even the atomic forces, the forces that make up the atoms and how they interact. Quantum things, which is words thrown around like crazy these days. But most of us, in our understanding, have been taught this is what this word means. And it's those definitions that are part of who we are and our ideology. And the sad thing is that two people, like Kiltsy and I, can be trying to describe exactly the same mechanisms and be perceived as being wildly polarized simply because of the words we have become conditioned to use. And the biggest one of those words is God. My definition of God differs from most people's because their definition of God is what they were taught, what I was taught in synagogue, what you were taught in church. And I think it's really sad. When I look at the news in the morning for a minute, and all I hear about is conflicts, especially the one going off in Iran today, and all of the disagreements, and all of the strife and wars and terrorism and everything else that we allowed ourselves to fall into because our idea or mental picture or definition of that God word doesn't agree with your definition of the God word. But basically, before the word God even came along, we were all the same. We were all the same. We hadn't discovered it yet. We hadn't learned the science yet. It makes me crazy. I weep for the state and misunderstanding of the world and how little it takes for us to kill each other, hate each other. And at the root of all of it is a different definition of what is essentially exactly the same thing. And no, I'm not an atheist, to clear that up. I'm more spiritual than most people I have ever met. And so is my friend Kiltsy. And we have agreed that even though we may use different words to describe it, we are talking about exactly the same thing. And that is a connection at some level we may not completely understand yet that is responsible for our our consciousness, our awareness of self, and the fact that we can actually understand, and we try to explain it to ourselves, our place and connection to the entire universe, and the discoveries and the theories that are coming forward these days in the age of quantum physics are where I live now and where I research, and I'm interested in hearing other people's theories and opinions and trying to make it all fit, because, as you know, if you've watched me for many times, I'm convinced there is only one reality. We can't have 10,000 different answers to the same question and have them all be right. We can't do it. So for anybody that thinks that Kiltz and I are on opposite ends of the spectrum, you couldn't be more wrong. In fact, one of the things we enjoy about each other's company and conversation is the fact that we 100% agree, even if we may describe it differently. I wanted to say that because that came to mind this morning as I was watching the entire show, listening to Angela's description of spirituality, listening to Kiltzy's, and comparing them to my own. And if you open your mind, you realize you're really talking about the same thing. You're just framing it in understanding that you have learned over a lifetime and are convinced that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Enough of that. Enough of that. That's serious and everything. I want to thank Peter for his little comment this morning on Kiltsy. He says, Mitch is a genius. Thank you, Peter. Thank you very much. I don't know if that's true or not, but if I'm a genius, my friend, that you are a genius for recognizing that fact. So thank you. Thank you. Let me, holy mackerel, look at all this. Now, I've either scared everybody away so far this morning or got you maybe a little food for thought. What else have I got to do here? What else can I talk about? Every morning I'm faced with a challenge. Well, Mitch, you got at least an hour to do. You can really sum up everything that people need to know to execute a healthy lifestyle in 2 or 3 words, whether you add the F word in the middle or not. Eat meat. And it's so simple. It's so simple, and we overcomplicate everything, and that's where we fall off. We fall off the message, and the message is simple. The message is simple. If you can't help it, and we are animals after all, and subject to emotion, to urges, to cravings, which are the things that drive animals to do what they need to do in the absence of conscious thought, science, or anything else. All the animals in the world have no idea about religion, about chemistry, about anything else. They just do what they know they need to do. That's the animal brain. The reptile brain, call it what you want, that controls the activities, the motions, the urges in every living animal without the ability to analyze. They react as they're supposed to, according to a set of instructions that has evolved since the beginning of life. If there is any miracle, it's that we're still here. We almost didn't make it many times in the past, but we are here. And for some reason, we have become aware at some level of our connection to the universe. There are those these days that postulate that the universe, basically, if you look at it laid out on a structural chart, mimics a giant brain. The structure of the connections is incredibly similar to, and this new scientific field of what they call quantum biology, quantum consciousness, just reinforces things that I felt all my life. But just now, in the past year or two, I'm beginning to be able to more thoroughly understand that it is more likely an explanation for consciousness and self-awareness than anything we've come up with before. We hadn't discovered it yet. We hadn't discovered it yet. And this I think is important. It goes way above what most people want to hear. Most people on this planet are just busy, caught up in their own problems, their own daily lives, their own challenges, searching for help. And this kind of thing, it doesn't provide them answers. Doesn't provide them. But we got answers here this morning. We got answers this morning. What a surprise. What a surprise. I haven't said hello to everybody yet. Let me say hello to everybody en masse this morning so that we can enjoy this surprise together. Surprise.
It's a beautiful day. Good morning, everybody. Mitch, how you doing today?
Hi, Kelsey. How are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. I don't know if you've been listening up till now, but I've been pontificating about things deep, things that are deep, talking about the stuff that we all talk about all the time, but yet talk about it in different words that mean so many different things to so many different people that everybody thinks that you and I are on the opposite ends of the so-called spiritual spectrum, when in actuality, you're one of the few people that I've ever known that when you distill it all down, we all believe exactly the same thing.
Ultimately, we all do, essentially, all of humanity. But we call them different things.
That's where the problem is.
And then we think we're different and we don't understand it. But ultimately, if we break it down, our languages are different. Our skin's different. Our politics and religion are different. But ultimately, we are all thinking and sharing the same concepts and ideas. And if we just sort of imagine and sit back and listen a little differently, we might see the similarities more than we know.
I want to take the coffee cup off of your head. There you go. Yeah. You know, I like, were you headed to the office? You actually going to work?
I'm on my way to work. I got to work.
Well, I guess I'm working too, I guess.
You are.
Oh, man. Well, I did text you, you know, during your stream, and I said, I really want to talk to you today, and you thought maybe there was something wrong and texted me back, you okay? And I texted you a smiley face by mistake, because I saw the smiley face icon, and I clicked it, and then when it animated itself, it did this. It kissed you and hearts in the eyes. And I'm saying, oh my God, no, Kelsey, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I mean, I love you and all, but oh my God, how embarrassing. And this texting stuff between autocorrect and all that other stuff really can embarrass us sometimes. But I do love you, my friend. You know that. You know that.
I do know that. And you know, it's kind of interesting because I'm Italian. And my father always, we hugged and we kissed.
Yeah, me
And
too.
and I think that's natural, normal for understanding brotherhood and connections. And I think that I know now that I'm 70 and you're in the 70s also, we recognize that our love for our brothers and sisters is really the power of community and connection.
Of course, is in these days, it's becoming, for some reason, kind of socially incorrect to kiss your father. Why? How did that happen? How did that happen? And you can see it in people. I always like I always like to look at people and how they hug each other. Okay, when you see two men hugging, and even women these days, there's the hug where you actually just bring somebody in. I don't care. It's not a sexual thing. Okay, and you hold it for a few seconds. You don't want to hold it too long because then it might be perceived as weird. But just like in wrestling, have you ever noticed in wrestling when the pain becomes too great, one of the wrestlers starts banging the mat. Tap, 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 which means let go. Well, watch people hug these days. They put their arms around each other and see how long it takes before they start patting each other on the back, which is the universal signal for break.
Dog,
This is
time.
enough. We're done. And I see more and more people, even men and women these days, are afraid to bring it in. Just bring it in, man. You can't communicate in any other way better than that with another human being than when you're in an embrace, and it's not a sexual thing at all. And men should not be afraid, and fathers and sons should not be afraid to do that.
I mean, really, we're brothers and sisters communally around the globe. And I think eye contact, connections, and hugs are powerful. And even a kiss on the cheek is natural and normal for our real ancient tribal nature.
I
And
I I agree.
smoking a peace pipe,
Yeah, a peace cigar.
a cigar. I mean, these are, and maybe that's where plants came in, but I think these are our connections, and it's important.
Well, I always say, it's better to smoke plants than to eat them. One of my big sayings. But no, I really enjoyed your show. Amanda was
Angela.
Angela. Sorry. Well, I'm old. I see that's a great
Me too.
excuse. Yeah, but I'm really old now. She was a great guest, and I understand you met her in Albany.
Albany. I know. I
Albany.
know. Angela. For a few years, I met her first at Meat Stock in Gatlinburg, maybe 4 years ago, and we've connected through some of these movies happening and other meetups and just connecting. And I think we're all finding a connection, just like you and me.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and it's a shame there aren't more of us involved in this. I know I got 85 people watching right now, which, when you think about that compared to the misled population of the world, it makes us feel real special, I think.
Well, but there are more and more people in the other communities that are beginning to listen about carnivore. And that's, I think, one of the most amazing things I'm noticing. That many people are silent about it, but they're quietly. Did I hear carnivore again?
Yeah, well, I found that when I don't go out to eat hardly at all. The last time I was out to eat was with you and my son at the Urban Prime restaurant. But I found when we go to the barbecue place, at least, or a steakhouse, the waiters there seem to be more familiar with carnivore than the waiters at a vegetarian restaurant. And I think the reason is more and more carnivores are presenting themselves to these waiters in public saying, I'm a carnivore. So if they didn't know what it meant, they can't do their job now without not knowing what a carnivore is, because their clientele is, and that's a great sign. That's a good sign. The proliferation of steakhouses is a better sign.
And I think they're growing, and that's the beauty of it. And even if you're doing a fillet, rare to raw, black and blue, throw some butter on it, salt, you'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. And you taught my son a lesson when we were out to dinner, and that is that he liked the raw, the rare to raw, the Pittsburgh better than his rare steak that he had. And I'm falling into that same. I'm still not up to carving meat off the cow itself, but I'm cooking my meat when I put a thermometer in it now, and I take it off the fire at 110 degrees now. 110 degrees, and I got that new salamander-like grill. I think I told you about that. They sent it to me to review. It's a series. It has a 1,500 degree infrared burner at the top, runs on propane. You can cook a steak in 2 minutes, 3 minutes in the thing, and it crunches up. It just crusts up the outside, and it's raw, almost raw inside. And I am really looking for it. My son is supposed to come over today. Normally, I do these unboxings by myself, but he's going to help me unbox this, and he's going to bring me a fresh tank of propane. And I'm
Nice.
about ready to make a video for it. And I think that this is cheap. They sell for around $200. Anybody can afford one. You put it outside on your patio. You don't have to worry about keeping it too clean. The inside pieces, the racks and the supports, come out. And don't worry about the thing of it discolors like any other barbecue grill. Just keep the cooking surfaces clean. And I think if this comes out, that this is going to be one of my new favorite ways to cook a steak. And
I love it. I have one of those. I've used it, love it. I have a really great broiler with natural gas in Skinny Atlas, and that's my favorite way to do it. Put it right on the fire. You can actually take a propane torch and do the same thing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I've tried that, but a regular propane torch, it takes too long. You get that intense heat covering the whole steak. The thing bursts into flames. And you're going to do it outside because it generates a ton of smoke. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I think this might be a great, inexpensive way. My son just bought, and I think he told you when you were here, he ordered a new barbecue grill, some kind of a smoker grill, but it has what they call searing station, which is a 1,500 degree gizmo on it for doing just this. Then he went off and was gone for about 2 weeks, and I don't know if he ever got the thing set up or not yet, but he's coming over to help me this afternoon, and we're going to get that set up, and I'm going to videotape the whole adventure.
Oh, I wish I was there with you guys. That'd be loads of fun.
Oh, that'd be great.
Are you gonna record that? Not live, right?
No, we're gonna make a video, edit it out. It's basically a review video. They send me these things for free, and the only obligation I have is to make a video out of it. Then I'm not required to even like it. I can say bad things if I want to. Otherwise, I wouldn't accept it. But I'm not going to. They want to send me these toys. I'm not going to turn them down. That'd be silly. And I've turned a lot of people onto some good equipment, air fryers, kitchen gadgets, and seems to be that those videos are get the most views on my channel. The videos where I come on here and pontificate, got a certain small group of followers. You know that you're in the same boat. The more important the topic you're talking about, the less clickbaity it is, the less sensational it is, the fewer views you get. That's human nature. Sometimes I just got to say the things I wanted to say. Anyway, I want to talk to you. I guess we can talk in public about this because it involves all of our viewers. And a question came to my mind the other night when you talked about moving your morning live stream to 8 o'clock, and you had said Mel Mitch is on at 7. So I thought maybe Kiltz and I need to actually talk about this.
Well. I see. My life surrounds getting to the office 6 to 7. So I'll either do my live at the office and then start seeing patients at 7 or surgery, or I take my 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock to drive to the office, get set up, and that's kind of my lifestyle. So we're talking about it. I don't know, I'm an early bird at heart, and so there was just conversation more than anything.
Oh, okay. Well, you
I-
can't you can't be too early because the rest of the world is still sleeping.
Well, there's the Europe side. Unless
Yeah.
we decide to do maybe a couple days a week and an evening live set. Do you do some evening live sets?
Oh, I'll do anything. The only problem with the evening is you got to compete with 400 other carnivores these days that want to have live streams, and that is a double-edged sword for all of us. It's great that everybody wants to do it, and I encourage the hell out of that. But it means that each of us have to make a decision. What program do we want to watch tonight? And we're in the same boat as most of the major networks. Then we have to put up a big
Same.
board and try to position ourselves where we have the biggest potential audience. Mornings are better for that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, and it's my get moving conversation, thoughts and ideas. That's why I really love to do this in the morning. And I loved 5 a.m. and now it's 6. I wasn't really looking for lots of people. I was just looking for a way to get my mind, thoughts, and ideas sharing and meeting people like yourself, and all the people that show up in either the 5 or 6 now, 7 o'clock with Mitch. I mean, I kind of like and again, maybe in my 5 years from now, I'll be sitting at home, won't be going to the office. I'll be hanging out with Mitch.
There we go. There we go. Well, we'll just leave it like it is for now. But I just wanted you to know that your schedule is certainly more demanding than mine. Whether I'm on at 7 or 6 or 8. No, I don't want to go on at 6, but
Yeah.
because I got a lot of people on the West Coast. But I would be if you decided that 7 would work better for you. I'll move to 8. That doesn't matter that much to me. So just know that I'm open to it, and I don't think any of the audience would mind all that much.
Well, listen, I'm parking for my office in 2 seconds. I'm going to get moving to 7:30. I've got a client in a couple of minutes, if not 3 minutes ago.
That's okay.
My love to everyone on the team, and let's keep sharing why carnivore is king.
We'll do that. We'll do that, my friend. And I was getting tired of you anyway. So
Get out of here.
Yeah, get out. Get that out.
Right
Talk to you
on.
later. Okay.
Bye.
Love you, guy. Bye. Oh, what a surprise. Wasn't that nice? And I needed to talk to him about that live stream timing, but what a great guy. He is at heart. And we all know this, one of the finest and most generous human beings I've ever met. And once you meet somebody like that, you kind of enjoy having them as a friend, having them have a friend. Lori Weisel says, Kiltz makes me nervous, period, LOL. Well, they say you never want to let anybody take you for granted. You always want to keep them guessing, keep them off balance. Keep them off balance a little bit. So let me bring the chat back into the equation here. There we go. And let me start racing through the chat because it's been going crazy. Don't move to 8, please, says Kevin. Okay. I think 7 is probably going to be it for a while. I didn't know how current, and I heard Kilt say that the other day, and I definitely don't want to have to compete with him at a certain time, and I know he doesn't want to compete with me because we share most of the same audience, and that that would be a silly, self-destructive thing to do. I'm willing to be flexible and hoping that the people that normally are here at 7 will still be able to be here at 8, and it'll be a shame. But there's always going to be somebody. There'll also be other people who can't be here at 7 but can be here at 8. So I don't like to keep changing it up too often, and we've settled on this. I think this is going to last for a while, and maybe Kilt's will come on at 8. It might be better for him. So we'll see. We'll see. We're always talking about this stuff because you have to react. React to the market. Even though you're not making much money from the market, you just got to react to it if you want people to watch you. And it's important when I watch that viewer count number. If it keeps dwindling and going down and down, you say, well, maybe this isn't working. Why am I doing this? Why am I working so hard? Right now, I get plenty of benefit for myself out of it. And the benefit is the community and the friendships. Without that, I don't know if I'd have a purpose anymore. And once you lose purpose in life, your life is over. So I hold on to this. It's more valuable to me than the money. Money's good, though. Money helps. And I'm going to keep reviewing these products, and I'm still going to have to buy me a coffee link. That's not wrong, is it? But I can't wait to do that. I hope my son can make it this afternoon with the propane bottle, and we can get that thing unboxed, set up, and maybe cook a steak or two. Probably have to cook 2 steaks. Better take another steak out of the freezer. Come to think of it. Okay, first in this morning. Was Mary M. They still got it from last night. They didn't lose it. How you doing? Good to see you in England. And Lady June, always second. Brian Dish, good morning, Brian. And Mike Seeley's here from Tampa Bay. This is, I don't even need to look to see this lineup. This is the same every morning. We still got some time here, so let's see if we can run through this. Wayne Herman, good morning. WEFM in the morning. WEFM in the morning. Maybe we should take a second. And wake up.
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground.
Give a little exercise this morning to the wall.
There's no need to be unhappy. Young man.
There we go. A little different video this morning for that. And my phone just went ding. And what is it? Is it somebody wants to sell me something or what? Let's see. Who is Sam's Club. Yes, I knew I could hear from you this morning telling me all of the crap and junk food that I certainly can't live without. God, it's so good to have Sam's Club email me every morning. I hardly ever even read them anymore. I just delete them. But who knows? One day maybe it'll be something I can't live without. Maybe I'll get an email from Sam saying, flash sale for 2 hours only. Prime rib, $2.99 a pound. Prime ribeyes. And stroke recovery, handicapped or not, I will be there. I will be there. Let's see who else we got here. We got Mike Seeley, I said that, and Wayne Herman, I said that. Okay, let me catch up. Just Jerry, hi Jerry, good morning to you. Jerry Voitush, another Jerry, good morning Jerry. Pound sign, EFM, yes. Yes, I'm Sandy Blythe. Good morning from Florida. Richard Williams from Copper Hill, Tennessee. Good morning to you. And Mike Seeley Sr. here in Melbourne. Good morning, my friend. How are you? You know what? I wanted to do this morning, and I didn't do it, and I really should do it. And let me open my email right here and find... let me go into this folder. I should have pasted this somewhere. And There it is. I want to put the link to Gary's t-shirt thing in here. There it is. And if you really can't live another day without one of these t-shirts like this one right here, which is a great shirt. A great shirt. Man, I like this shirt. Only problem when you're a cigar smoker with a white t-shirt, its potential lifespan without holes in it is limited. That's why black t-shirts are great, especially when you eat your hamburgers and steaks sitting in front of the TV with the plate on your lap, and eventually something's going to drip on your shirt. So that is a disadvantage of a white shirt. Carnivore cigar smoker, coffee drinker. Everything wants to stain your shirt. Erin is here. Good morning, Erin. How you doing? Good, Mitchfit. She said, I think she left out the word morning, but the voice typing probably caught her by surprise. Kevin, good morning. Still running the heat in New Hampshire. Wow, wow, wow. 3 wows for the heat in New Hampshire. And Chris Swain from Australia. How you doing, my friend? Lucy Workus here. And Susie, good morning, Susie. How are you? How you doing? Good to see you. And everybody starts to say hi, everybody else. And who is this? This is, Jerry says, howdy. Robbie Autry, yes, at 7 o'clock, first one in. Good morning, Robbie. Drink your bean juice if you got it. We have done that already. And Larry Ryan, hi, Larry. How are you, man? Saw you on the Zoom call last night. Kiltsy had a nice Zoom call last night. Gave away the graduation for the latest batch of carnivore coaches. It was very nice, very nice. I got there about 10 minutes late. And for those of you who are in the Kilt's Mighty tribe, I need to talk to Ollie about triggering that email a little earlier. Because I didn't actually, I get the email from her every day, the update on KMT, but on Mondays, I want to come to the Monday meeting. I enjoy that one. And I didn't get the email until about 10 minutes after it had already started. So I ran in the house, fired up the computer, and probably got there about 15 minutes late. So I have to either put that on my own calendar. Might not be a bad idea. To remind me. Barry Simon. Hi, Barry. How you doing? Man, it looked like you guys had a good time up in Albany. Good Tuesday morning. Mitch and all from Massachusetts. Good to see you. Chuck is here. Here's the music. I'm sorry I'm 45 minutes behind, but we had a very special guest this morning. My friend, Kiltsy. I need to talk to him. Would anybody be interested in seeing maybe one show a month? I don't want to overdo it, but maybe one show a month that we schedule at a different time. And it's just a conversation with the two of us and interacting with the chat and answering some questions. Would anybody be up for that? Let me know. Put it in the chat, and I will certainly talk to him about it. I'm sure he'd love to do that. We might end up in some pretty deep conversations. It may not interest many people, but you wouldn't believe some of the things that we talk about when it comes to some of these mystical sounding theories about the universe, life in general, consciousness, and the reasons why it has happened the way it has, how it started, how it got to be here. Trying never to let go of what might be realistically a correct explanation. There is, after all, a correct explanation. Only one. Only one chain of events that actually happened the way it happened. there can only be one true series of events from nothing to what we have today. And with all the scientific theories we have, talking about entropy and all the other things, there must be a true explanation, whether we know what it is or not, whether we'll ever discover what it is and be able to prove it or not. That doesn't negate the fact that logic dictates that since it's here now, a definable and realistic explanation for how that happened must exist. Because it just didn't pop into existence from nothing. It was an incredible series of events that caused it. Oh, here I go again. Manda, how you doing, Manda? Good morning to you. Pound sign, EFM, yes. And we're now starting in the conversation. Donna Ray, hiya, Donna Ray. How are you? Max is here. Good morning, Canada, Cambridge. Good morning to you. And Marla Kelly, good morning. And I don't see Rick here yet. I haven't seen Peter here yet. Maybe they're tired of me. We'll see. We'll see if we get to them. I'm only at 7:01 so far. This is way back. Wild Raven, good morning, Mitch. No expected at Alberta this week. Yeah, in June. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And Brian Airy, how you doing, Mitch? And everyone, overslept this morning. Something I never do. I always undersleep. I'm always 4 o'clock and something wakes me up. But I'm ready to get up. It's incredible. Good morning, Danny. Glad you enjoyed Albany. Good morning to you. And who is this? This is Barry Simon again. And always Poundside EFM and listen to WEFM. And I heard last night on Giltus. Oh, wow. They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Last night they were talking about WKMT radio. Wonder where that idea came from. I'm not mad. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. Pretty soon, every carnivore influencer will have their own radio station. And will have competing jingles. That would be the deal. That would be the deal. And Kevin says, I appreciate your wearing your new Gary wear. Yes, Gary wear. And let me put that link again in the chat. For those of you that missed the opportunity the last time to go to Gary's shop. I'm about to, in cooperation with Barry, he sent me a graphic for a new t-shirt. And I'm about to maybe put out my first new t-shirt in years. So we'll see. We'll see about that. And I'll tell you, I'll debut it when I get it designed. Retired Rick is here. How you doing, Rick? How you doing? Good to see you. And Chris Swain said hi to you. Karen, good morning, Karen Field. Good afternoon from England. Michael Pregler. Wow. A wild raven. Oh, okay. It was a conversation. I get it. I still have to lean forward. I can actually see the letters sharper when I take my glasses off. They're actually razor sharp, but I see 2 lines of them, one over the other, and they blend together, and I can't read it. So I wear the glasses. That all comes together because of the astigmatism and prism correction in these lenses. Somehow, I'm trying to find the optometrist somewhere that can come up with the prescription that both makes them sharp, which I don't need. I do not need reading glasses. I need to take those 2 images and bring them together. It's very frustrating for me because I think my eyes are getting better. I think carnivore is healing, maybe softening up the lenses on my eyes again. Whatever it's doing, when I take the glasses off, everything is razor sharp. It's just, there's 2 of them superimposed on each other, and it makes it almost impossible to read it. So I wear the glasses. But every time I get new glasses, it's always a compromise somehow. Maybe it's impossible. So I put up with it, and sometimes I have to lean forward, and sometimes it sounds like I'm stupid when I say a different word than somebody actually typed because that was the initial impression. I did it yesterday. The word up there was August. I notice these things. And it looked like March to me glancing at it for some strange reason. And as I'm going and going and going and looking here and there, doing these live streams, I sometimes say a word that wasn't really up there. But it's what I saw because of my eyes. So yesterday, twice in the same email was an email from a message from Rick talking about the start of the hurricane season. I remember this stuff, and I said, and it had August in there, and I said March, and I said it twice. And I was watching a replay yesterday, and I said, they're just going to think you're senile, Mitch. But it's not. It's not my brain. It's my eye correction that causes these errors. So don't think I'm senile. I don't think I'm senile yet. I think my brain works better now than it has in my entire life. And that's something very few people in their 80th year can say. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm deluding myself. You know, there is an upside to Alzheimer's. This is terrible to say, but you meet new and interesting people every day. Every day. You meet new people. You get that, don't you? Donna Ray, Bacon Runner, everybody's conversating here. And who is this? Edward Renner, good morning to you. Edward, how you doing? And Yellow Rose says hello to virtually everybody. Bill Cook is here. Can't stay, but I can say hi. Hi, Bill. If you watch the replay, you'll hear me say hi back to you. Sparky, Donna, how you doing? Good to see you. Who else have I not said hi to? All right, I'm at 7:03 now. All this happened before 7:03. Gary said, LOL, Mitch, more coming at you. Yeah, I know. I see 2 undelivered packages yet, or one from you, I think, and one from, I won't get into it today because we'll end up with a news story. Chuck says, very cool, Barry. It is cool. It is cool. And tomorrow I'll try to wear the other one. With the other, looks more like a Michelob emblem than a Corona one, like today's T-shirt does. Thomas is here. Hiya, Thomas. Hello to you. Yeah, I did see you. I saw that you had said you saw me last night, and I saw you too on the Kilt Zoom call. And everybody behaved themselves. There wasn't too many unmuted microphones as usual. I'm not crazy about these Zoom calls with that many people because it requires people to have etiquette and mute their microphone when they're not talking, especially while they're cooking their dinner and clanking and banging pots and pans, or they have screaming children or barking dogs in the background. It trashes the entire stream. But most people aren't aware of that. And poor Ollie is trying to keep up with all this stuff. People start making noise and taking over the whole stream. But last night was great. I think it was only one instance of somebody who had an unmuted mic. And the best rule of thumb, if you attend a Zoom call, is just keep your mic muted all the time. Worst thing happens is when you start to talk, somebody will say, unmute your mic. It's better that way. It's easy to forget. Mary loves the WOW rating system. Robbie Autry, wow. Yes, sir. 5 wows. Donna Ray says, Gary, how can people search for your shirts on Bonfire? No Slow, I think is the name of his account on there, but I'll give you the link. I put the link in the chat here. And I'll get with Gary and see if There is a general link. I don't know if he's created a storefront yet. That's a whole nother thing with Bonfire. So these links that I give you may be links to a particular shirt. But we'll get Gary in business so he can quit his day job, become the T-shirt king in the carnivore community. Got some great ideas. The shirts are fabulous. I'm impressed. I will give them 5 wows. The coveted 5 wows. Like the coveted Michelin stars that restaurants strive for. Yes, sir. It's awesome to have that kind of power. It is. It is. Oh, right. I'll never get caught up at this rate. Holy cow, it's almost 8 o'clock already. And Liz is here. How you doing, Liz? Good morning to you. I think they finally got your name straight on Kilsey this morning. Kilsey wants you as a guest. I think you'd be a great guest on that show. You know, you might want to just, if Alia doesn't contact you, but I think you'll be hearing from her pretty soon. Okay. And here we have, Peter is here. Hi, Peter. How you doing? With the morning message. Yes. Yes, I won't push the red button this morning. We've gotten through with that. I'll save that for tomorrow morning. Up. Well, what can I say? By popular demand.
EFM. You know what that stands for? Eat f***ing meat. That's right, eat f***ing meat. No more of that weak vegan crap. EFM is the way. Eat f***ing meat and get strong.
Yes, he pushed the red button. We were talking about religion. I don't know if I should apologize for that, but it was something I wanted to say, because I get the question from a lot of people. Well, how do you and Kilts get along? You believe 2 different things, and it's a tough thing to explain to people. And the reason for why it sounds wildly different is Kiltsey's upbringing as an Italian Catholic and my upbringing as a Philadelphia Jew. Different interpretations of exactly the same thing. And as we get older and get to this age, the pieces begin to come together in your mind. And I think they call that wisdom. It takes a lifetime to assemble the puzzle. It's not something that young people can do, no matter how intelligent or wise they sound. They just haven't been at it long enough. Haven't been at it long enough for their brain to do that many calculations. And that's all it boils down to. Is their processors have not been online long enough to sort out the puzzle pieces in most cases. My opinion. Remember, this is all my opinion. Okay, talking to Thomas, Liz. Tuka's here. Hi, Tuka. Good morning to you, my friend. Good to see you. Question. Hey, there's one Mitch. Has anyone other than me today on Kilt's Show ever called you a genius? Thank you. I want to thank you for that, Peter. Yes, I've been called a genius all my life. Not often enough, however, or not recognized enough. And whether it's true or not, that's for everybody to decide for themselves. But the first time I was ever called a genius, when I was in the 6th grade, I've told this story, they gave the entire 6th grade in Philadelphia, every 6th grader in the city of Philadelphia, which is Islam, they gave us IQ tests and picked out what they called the smartest 30 6th graders in the city, and I was one of them. My IQ was off the charts. They told me I was gifted. My favorite joke is to say, yeah, they told me I was a gifted. I said, well, where are my gifts? Where are my presents? Because I've always been that kind of a sarcastic little brat, you know. But yeah, I'm certified at that level, whether common sense goes along with that, call it computing power, I don't know. Whether the ability to stay out of trouble or make the smartest decisions in life, don't use me as an example. But when it comes to figuring how shit works, that's me. That's me. I know that. I struggle with the conflict of whether it's a blessing or a curse, but it does enable me to analyze and pick out the bullshit in everything. The trick is trying to be positive about life and happiness when all you see all around you is fraud, deceit, and bullshit in everything. And it's a battle. It's an ongoing conflict, ongoing battle. It'd be much easier to just love everybody. I can't do it. All I see is the injustice, the unfairness, the bullshit, the propaganda, the agendas, the self-serving crap. And that, unfortunately, is the majority of our current, what they call zeitgeist, the way things are. Because we are all animals following our basic programming, evolutionary program, which prioritizes, like Kill says, basically two things. Reproduction, which is a nice way to say getting laid, and surviving. To live long enough to get laid. That's the meaning of life at its essence. It's not something people want to accept, but it is the explanation for virtually all what we have labeled bad behavior. But that's not the first thing we have mislabeled. Just like red meat is no good for you. We label things all the time. Doesn't mean it's right. It means that somebody has an agenda that has propagated that bullshit, and we all suffer for all this bullshit. And my greatest challenge in life is to try to avoid this bullshit without having to lock myself in a steel box and make the rest of the world go away. I'm not ready for that yet. But there are days. There are days. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. Oh man, how far behind am I? 7:30, half hour. Okay, let me run through this and look for questions. I will read every one of these things during the replay, which I actually enjoy. After my live stream, I turn off my entertainer mentality and I go into my viewer mentality, and I criticize myself and look for ways that I may have made a mistake. And Gary puts down here, I think if you go to a bonfire/carnivore extra is a link for his thing. So bonfire.com, got to put the .com in there, carnivore extra. Okay, there you go. I live to be your salesman, Gary. My new prime focus in life. Kevin says, all my shirts are covered in grease since carnivore. Yeah, tell me about it. Just had the cigars and the coffee today. Your shirts don't... hint, Gary, couple of dark shirts, couple of black shirts. They will last longer. Oh, okay. How about that? He anticipated it. Black T-shirts coming up, bitch. There you go. Okay. Thomas saw me last night. How about that? And... all right, I'm going to run through this. I want to make sure if somebody took the time to type QQQ that I don't miss it. And here you go. Here you go. Kevin, do you find the bonfire t-shirts run true to men's sizing, unisex sizing? Well, everybody's different. I need a medium. I need a medium t-shirt. Some medium t-shirts, and with my body, let me stand up here and show you. With my body, and if I tuck the shirt in, like that, I have a little bit of fat around here. See, I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. It's healthy, I think. But all in all, I think I look fairly slender. This t-shirt fits me tighter than some of the other medium t-shirts I have, but it still fits. Now, if I get a large t-shirt, I end up with the shoulder seam drooping down here somewhere. I look like my tailor is Omar the tent maker. So that's true, I think, in not just t-shirts, but every clothes. I'll buy a pair of 33 waist pants. Some of them are tight, some of them are loose. I think that's true in all things about sizing, which is why, unfortunately, we used to go out to a store with a fitting room and we could try on our clothes. But in this day of mail order everything, the closest you can get to it is Amazon's deal, where they send it to you already assuming you're going to send it back. and it's up to you to keep it or not. You get a chance to try it on. That's especially useful with shoes. Shoes are notorious for having shoes labeled the same size. You can't wear some of them, and some of them are falling off of you. So, good point, though. Good point. You got to, yeah. The answer sometimes is just get them a size larger, and you'll probably be okay. But the first T-shirt Gary sent me was a large, and I could tell the difference. And I like the way a medium looks better. My problem is I wear T-shirts until they fall apart, and the neck thing always gets stretched out and wrinkly, and I look like a slob. But I love the shirts, so I want to keep wearing them. This shirt is brand new. Look how neat I look. Don't I look neat today? It's funny because I'm spending an hour and some staring at myself in front of me. Not only in front of me, but all over the place. All over the place. Look at me. I am here. I am here. I am over here. And you better like what you see. You better like what you see when you're staring at yourself. Nobody stands well, maybe some people do, in front of a mirror for an hour plus. But I like what I see. I think I look pretty, my opinion, but I think I look pretty good and a hell of a lot younger than most almost 80-year-olds that I know. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud. And I attribute the carnivore lifestyle to it. And that's why I'm doing this, to show that at this age, I can still come on here, still have a mind, still react to things, still look pretty good, still in pretty good shape. Even if I had a stroke, even if I had brain surgery, I don't have rheumatoid arthritis, kidney stones, eczema, all kinds of other things that I had. I don't have pain. And basically, I'm loving life. How could this be bad for us? I'm still waiting for Rick to have his heart attack. I think we're going to be waiting a long time for that. I hope he's not too disappointed. I don't see Rick here today. Maybe he had to go fix something somewhere. Where's Rick? There's Rick. How you doing? Yeah, Rick, very few shoes out there even accommodate my feet. Well, you're Bigfoot. You're Bigfoot. You know what they say, Rick? You've heard the expression, though. You ought to be proud of it. They say big feet. Big shoes, right? That's it. You look marvelous, Mitch, says Lori. Thank you, my dear. So do you. So do you. So do you. Yes, Mitch, I noticed that's why I started my T-shirt thing. You needed new shirts. It's true, Gary. Yeah. With some of these shirts are so much fun with some of the sayings, and my kids bought them for me. I wear them until they basically disintegrate on my back, like Rick wears shoes. Did you see his shoes Saturday? The shoes talk. The sole, does this when he walks. I do the same thing. My father was the same way. Honest to God, he will wear clothes until they disintegrate, until you can't wash them anymore. Oh, Barry made me a fireside chat with Mitch and Kelsey. Two of us smoking cigars. Tune in once a month for in-depth. Yes, that's great, Barry. I'm going to talk to Kelsey about that. Look at that. Isn't that great? All we need is a fireplace. Well, we can get a background on a fireplace. That's easy. So I think that's great. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Barry. Barry's like having a one-man instant production department. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. I appreciate that. Let's see. The only downside to Kilt's following me is I'd have to finish on time. The closest I ever came to that was yesterday. Any more questions? I'm up to 809, almost there. Holy cow. You guys are starting to say goodbye to each other. I got it. All right. Milton is hungry, it says. Sandy Blythe. Milton keeps biting me, says Rick. So what's new? So what's new, Rick? And Donna Ray, I like your shirts, Gary. They promote carnivore and not a particular channel, except for the personalized ones, which are okay. Well, that's why we do that. We want to have people acknowledge our channels. My T-shirts have Old Guy Carnivore on them somewhere. Gary has no motive to sell T-shirts except to make a statement. And they're great. Be interesting to have Gary in about a month or two honestly tell us how many people really bought the shirts. I was thoroughly disappointed when I came up with mine. And it was okay. It was okay. Brian Airy says, have a great day, Mitch and everyone. We're starting to say goodbye. Well, if we're saying goodbye already, let's do it officially. And this thing about 8:15, I'll try to not forget like I did yesterday. Not push the button 1 second too early like I did yesterday. And leave out to take the day off. I couldn't believe I did that. But once you press the button, there's no coming back, my friends. No coming back. When you press that button, it says end stream. You get a second chance. Are you really sure you want to end the stream? Well, I'm always at that point, so I can press the button exactly when I want to, and for some reason, I pressed the button early, and it was kind of an abrupt ending, not professional show business, not up to the standards. The standards expected by the management of WEFM Radio. Eat fatty meat. So, my friends, you're saying goodbye to your friends in the chat. Let me clear the slate so that doesn't hang around after I end. And have a wonderful day, says Isabella. Hi, Isabella. Barry Simon. Have a great day, everybody. Chris Swain. Waving away. Goodbye, Lady June. Bye, all. Lori White. Have a great day, everyone. Robbie Audrey. Have a great day. Everyone go outside and smoke that cigar, Mitch. I am envisioning that in my immediate future. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. Always fun to spend the morning with a good cup of coffee and my friends. And thank you, Robert Kiltz. Enjoyed riding to work with you this morning. And appreciate your friendship and being part of the same community. It's a great community. As far as I'm concerned, one of the best. Of course, everybody feels that way, I'm sure. Until tomorrow at 7 a.m., you know what to do. Take the rest of the day off and eat meat.